Hey guys, what's up? I know it's been a long time since you guys seen my face. It's been over a year. I know, I'm sorry, but I'm finally back and I promise I'll be more consistent with YouTube videos this time around just because I have more free time. I have a lot of travel content planned for you guys, so stay tuned for that. And I just wanted to kick things off with a simple AMA video. A few days ago, I asked you guys to submit a bunch of questions that you guys might have for me on my Instagram. There were a lot of good questions that you guys asked. So yeah, let's not waste any more time and let's just jump right into them. Let's start from Kevin's questions. Hey Kevin, what's up? Long time. He asked, where's the travel vlog? Kevin, the travel vlogs are currently being edited right now. I know all of you have been very patient with the videos, but I assure you, I'm trying out something different for these vlogs, more like travel videos, but yeah, they're coming soon, so stay tuned. Next question, where are you traveling next? Okay, a bunch of you guys asked me this question and I want to answer it really badly, but I can't because it's a surprise and I don't want to ruin it. But what I will answer is a different version to this question, which is where I would like to travel next, you know, besides where I'm already planning on traveling. And that place is Japan. I always had a fascination towards Japan. I always want to travel there, but then pandemic happened and yeah, I'm just waiting for the pandemic to die down and I'm trying to plan a trip with my friends to Japan. Hopefully that'd be exciting. But yeah, next question, what is something your business struggled with due to the pandemic? This is a good question. So right before the pandemic hit, I started doing wedding photography. I know the pandemic happened and yeah, basically all the weddings got canceled, so that was fun. But thankfully I still had a job, so I wasn't struggling financially, and instead of waiting around, I diversified my skill set. And it's funny because the pandemic happened and the economy was on a downhill trend, but real estate, it was booming for some weird reason. It was very surprising. So I started practicing real estate photography and virtual tours, and that's what I did. Instead of weddings, I shifted over for real estate for a bit. What are my business goals for this year? I want to continue diversifying my skill set just so I'm not stuck in this one particular niche. So even right now, I'm trying out real estate videography for the first time. And thank you, Kevin, for absolutely roasting the first real estate video I ever made. I'm joking. You provided good feedback, but yeah, thanks for that. Next question, latest gear unboxing haul. Okay, so I recently got this Godox light that I'm currently lighting this video with. If you haven't watched my unboxing video on TikTok, go check it out. I basically posted it there. Besides that, there we go. I just want to show off this really awesome camera clip that I got before traveling. It's a Peak Design something. I'll have the links in the description, so don't worry about that. Basically, it goes in your camera and on your backpack strap or whatever, you can attach it and then you can just pop it there and it's secure. That's how easy it is. And it's really good for run and gun photography, videography, especially when you're traveling. It's the same thing but for camera lenses. Pop it here. Boom, done. I'm gonna take this off. Alright, Abiha asks, how many countries have you traveled to? Pakistan, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Canada, USA, Palestine. Let's see how many people get triggered with that. Netherlands, Poland, Iceland, a lot of lands. Greece, Turkey, what is that, 10, 11? I think that's 11. So far, but hopefully many more in the future. And a lot of these countries I've visited like multiple times. What are you studying and what do you plan to do with your life? Oh man, that one question that everyone asks at a family gathering. But to answer your question, Abiha, I am studying digital media, or I was studying digital media. I'm saying was because I finished my studies. I know, thank you. And career-wise, I'm not sure. But what I do know is I want to live a life full of experiences. A lot of people get like caught up in like, you know, buying the largest house, getting the latest car, just getting caught up in materialistic things. I don't want to do that. I just want to live a life full of experiences. That's what I want to do with my life. Next question, quality or quantity? Excellent question. But if you're a beginner, focus on quantity. Just shoot as much as you can. I know you're a photographer, so yeah, shoot as much as you can. Go out, shoot. This will give you a lot of experience and then quality will automatically follow. All right, how do you prioritize self-care? I honestly don't. And if you have any tips, please feel free to share with me. But I don't know, in terms of self-care, I watch a lot of videos, especially with TikTok. TikTok's very fun because it's small content. It's very easily digestible. I don't know, just watching like something, a helpful TikTok, I can implement something right away. What is the hardest part about my work? For weddings, it's the pressure that's on you for capturing someone's very special day, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, so you don't want to mess things up. But to prepare for that, there are things you can do, charging your batteries, making sure your SD cards are there, make sure that the SD cards are formatted and they have space in them, arriving to the venue extra early just to scout things out. That's pretty much it. That's the hardest part, but that can be solved by being prepared. Next question. What is your favorite place you've traveled so far? The answer for the 30th straight is still Iceland. I had so much fun in Iceland. It was a pure adventure trip, just me and my buddy Andre. And the amount of stuff we experienced in Iceland, it's crazy, it's magical, and I want to be able to share that with you guys, hopefully this year. Next question. What inspired you to start photography, videography? This story is not very inspirational. It's kind of boring. My cousin had a DSLR camera, and he taught me like very few basics just so I could shoot some of his new Facebook profile photos. And after that, I convinced my family to buy a DSLR so I can take family photos. And I started shooting on that. And I'll show you the camera first side. Yeah, this is the first camera I actually owned. It's the Canon Rebel T5. It's a very good starter camera, but I shot on this for a couple of years. And at that time, I thought I knew everything there is to know about photography. So I wanted to try like video stuff as well. And this was like 2018. This is where I was starting to travel alone. So I wanted to document my travel, which is when I started my YouTube channel. And I picked up this camera, the Canon 80D. And the reason I bought this camera was because it had a flip out LCD screen and it was very good with autofocus. How can someone get started for a budget of $500 to learn photography and editing? That's a really good budget to start with. The cameras on these things are crazy. If you're a beginner, start with your smartphone. Learn the basics of photography through your smartphone camera. But if you really want to spend $500, you've already known the basics and you want to up your photography game, get a Rebel T5. You can get it used for like less than $300, $400. And then pair it with a 50mm f1.8. This is f1.4, but yeah, the f1.8 50mm is called a nifty 50 because it's so cheap and it's so like good. What camera do you use for all your vlogs? I was gonna say the Canon R5, but I just realized all of my YouTube videos are shot with the Canon 80D, and only one video so far has been with the R5. I'm gonna say the 80D, but from now on, it will be the R5. Would you do photography as a full-time job? Yes, if it allows me to live my life filled with experiences, I will do photography as a full-time job. Who's your barber? Fire him. What's wrong with my hair? I know it's grown out a lot, but it's just because I'm lazy and I haven't trimmed it. But if you want me to fire him, then I'll go do that. Hey man, sorry I gotta fire you. What do you mean? Why? Cause Elias kept just said so. Thoughts on pickles? Bro, I'm pro pickle. Always. Next question. What are your top 3 travel locations as of right now? As of right now, my top 3 travel locations that I've traveled so far: Iceland, Pakistan, and Turkey. What place would you visit next if you had unlimited budget? I was gonna say Japan because traveling to Japan on an unlimited budget would be awesome, but I'm planning to do it anyways with a limited budget. So for this one, I'm going to say Antarctica just because how expensive and crazy it is to travel there. When are you coming to Vancouver? Bro, I was gonna come this year, and I told you about this, but then the road situation got really messed up in Vancouver and that kind of scared me. So whenever Mother Nature stops being angry with British Columbia, that's when I will come. Do you want to come to Australia? Bro, I would love to visit Australia. I don't even know if Australia is open right now, but I know it was locked off with the whole pandemic situation. But yeah, once that lifts off, I'd love to come see you. Why don't you come visit Canada instead? Just let's link up in Canada. How does religion impact your photography and content creation? Travis has asked me the most profound questions, and I remember when he submitted them, I was going through the questions, and his questions were the only one I was thinking about for the longest time, and I was just deeping life thinking about them. But yeah, I never really thought about it until you brought this up. But I guess to answer your question, I'm a Muslim, and modesty is a huge part of my religion, both for men and women. So anything that would be immodest is typically something I stay away from. This could be something like I don't know, like nude photography or nude shoots, and I can respect it as an art form, and I don't look down upon it. It's just something I wouldn't do. I like to think that I wouldn't do it because I'm not interested in it, but I know there's a religious bias to me when it comes to that. I know modesty has a lot of levels to it, but you get the gist. What's your biggest challenge with YouTube? My biggest challenge with YouTube is obviously consistency, and it's difficult to be consistent with YouTube, especially for me because I was a student, you know, working. I had a job, I had my side business, so YouTube always came at the bottom of the list just because it wasn't earning me any money. I still wanted to do it, but I just didn't have the time to dedicate to YouTube. But now that I'm done with studies, I can finally dedicate some time to YouTube. What are your love languages? Damn, Travis, you really making me answer these questions. These are good questions. I'm just, you know, kind of shy. My love languages are giving gifts and doing acts of service. And I know not everyone has the same love language. So I know if I do find a partner that doesn't have the same love language as me, I know I have to work on my other languages. If you don't know what love languages are, I have this book. Yeah, it's this book. The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Don't ask me why I have it, but it's a good read. Self-care, by the way. Read this, especially before getting into a long-term serious relationship, because this will save your life and your relationship. Summarize your life story in 3 minutes or less. Do you guys remember the Draw My Life video that every YouTuber did like almost a decade ago? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, basically I was born in Pakistan in a small town called Karachi, and at the ripe age of 2 we moved to UAE where my dad used to work. We spent almost like 8-9 years there, and then we moved back to Pakistan for a year, and then we moved to Canada, and it's been a decade since we moved here, and here we are. It's funny because I moved from Dubai, which was extremely hot, to Canada, which is extremely like cold. Make a video on how to come up with a theme aesthetic for IG. I can talk about this briefly right now, but besides that, what I do personally is that I edit a lot of photos at the same time, especially right now. Like after I came back from a trip, I have a lot of content, so I just edit them. So what I do is I have another private Instagram account that I use as testing grounds. There are also apps for this, but I just like using another Instagram account. This is what I did, and hopefully this helps you. Would you be able to guide with the in-studio shooting, camera setup, lighting, etc.? Oof, this could be a whole series. There's a lot when it comes to lighting, depending on the style you're going for, depending on your budget. But let's just use one of my recent shoots as an example. As you can see in the video, that right there is my main key light, and it's placed at a 45-degree angle. And then I use a second light called the fill light, which I also placed at a 45-degree angle to kind of fill in the shadows that's produced from the key light. And ideally you'd want a third light that lights up the backdrop, but I didn't end up using a third light, so my white backdrop ended up looking grayish, which I was kind of going for, that grayish dramatic aesthetic. And here are the results. As you can see, for some photos I didn't even end up using the fill light, and lighting is very subjective, so depending on the aesthetic you're going for, you're gonna need a different lighting setup every single time. Yeah, if you want more detail, if you want more videos on this, let me know in the comments. What's one thing you learned about people throughout life? One thing I learned about people throughout life is that good people are very rare and hard to find. So if you have someone good in your life, please cherish them and keep them close. How do you find the drive to create?
It's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry, we devour.
It just comes from within because I like what I'm doing essentially. I'm not getting paid for this right now. I just want to be able to make videos and make content, so it's easy for me. If this was something I hated, I wouldn't even be doing it. But yeah, if it's something you like and enjoy doing, you'll find the drive from within. Teach me, sensei. I'm still trying to organize a photo walk, so it could be a nice link up session and you guys can connect. It could be nice networking. It could be a lot of practical learning for you. It's just a bit cold right now. Okay, last question. Well, not a question, but more like a demand. We demand to see Flash. Okay. Okay, Flash, you're grounded. Here's Astro. Say hi to Astro. See, Astro's cute. No one wants to see Astro. No one's like, how's Astro? Where's Astro? It's always, where's Flash? Right, Astro? That makes you sad? I'll tell you why Flash is in a growly mood. It's because it's his bedtime right now, and I've locked him up to record this video. It's all your fault. Okay, ciao, bye. That's it for today's video, and if you guys liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, the usual. But if you guys didn't like the video, smash the dislike button right now. It's not like anyone can see it. But yeah, that is it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.